We are interviewing Dorothy Nelson, starting to tell her story, another story, and this is June 12th, 2018. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Nancy.
We got a few questions we want to ask you.
Okay. Go ahead.
What role did if any, did Victor Anderson, your dad, have or play in the Clear Lake community? Was he a leader or the town council or any of those?
He was a mayor and on the town council. He was on the school board. And that was an interesting time because one of the school board members had embezzled a lot of their funds.
Oh my gosh.
And my dad asked for an audit of the books. They hadn't done any for a number of years.
Yeah?
And they did the audit and found out there'd been
Embezzlement.
that he had to, and it really was $500. That doesn't sound like much now, but back then it was.
Yeah.
Was a lot of money.
So he was really involved in the community as a whole. Was there any other way he was involved in, because it was a depression, helping people or anything? Or?
Oh yeah. He was, if they needed any help with anything, they'd call my dad. And he had an account at the grocery store. And a number of people went to the grocery store and bought groceries and had it put on my dad's account.
Really? Wow, what a great
Yeah,
guy.
he was a very caring person. And he would tell them, you can't buy any junk food, but put in a bag for a candy for the kids.
Oh, he would put in a bag of candy for the kids?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh, wow. That is great. Now, how about your grandpa Moore? Was he involved in any community thing?
They were very involved in church.
Okay. What church was it?
It was Ham Lake Lutheran Church.
Do you remember the name of the church?
Ham Lake.
Or something Carey. Glencarey?
Glencarey.
Glencarey. Okay.
And that is still there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. In fact, we found their graves in that cemetery next to there.
Yes. There are quite a few. There's Grandma and Grandpa and Claire and Elvie, Dora, and Claire and Elvie's baby.
Hope and Charlie.
Yeah, and Ruthie.
And Ruthie. And Clara's and Elvie's baby.
Mm-hmm.
Richard, I can't remember what his middle name was.
Yeah, Ruthie drowned.
Right. I'll tell you which one you can do. How about, can you tell me how your parents reacted when they found out about Willard being in the accident in World War II?
You mean?
How did they react?
Well, it happened when I was going to be graduating from nursing school.
Okay.
My mom and dad came down. My mother was so sad. She said, I don't know what's happened to Willard, but all I've gotten a notice is that he was injured in service. She said, I don't know where he is. She said, I think he's in Australia.
Wow.
And that's where he was. And we kind of laughed at Willard afterward, because Eleanor Roosevelt came through and visited. And Willard said, Willard was blind at the time. He said, I couldn't see her, but I guess she wasn't much to look at.
So
she was a very nice
Oh,
lady.
she fought for the underdog. Mom, how long was he blind for?
I don't know how long it was. If it was days or weeks.
Okay. Didn't you take care of him at Fort Snelling for a little bit? Or did you just go and visit him there?
No, I took care of him up in Hibbing.
Oh, up in Hibbing. Okay. Okay. I'll let you ask this one.
But I did spend a lot of time. when he was at Fort Snelling.
Seen him there. Okay.
He was married then.
Okay.
Yeah, he married Betty
Pretty
a
young.
week or two after he met her.
Yeah, and this is recording, Mom. So,
Oh. Well, I think the boys know that.
yeah. Yeah, they didn't know each other very long. Mom, how about Willard? What was it with Willard was active in something on the Iron Range? In the union up there, was it?
He was president of the iron workers on the range.
Okay.
He went to Washington for meetings.
It was a pretty important job, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, I know. And I think working in the mines is what contributed to a lot of his
He
issues.
shouldn't have been, that was a bad job.
Just like Grandpa being a blacksmith with his asthma, right?
Yeah.
You can say, how did Victor meet Anna?
How did Victor meet Anna?
How did your dad meet Anna? How did Grandpa meet Anna?
Yeah.
We met her at a blacksmith shop in Andover. Grandpa had gone to get something fixed, and his mother went with him. And that's where they met. And that's where he thought she was kind of cute.
So did they go? When did they go on their first date? Did they go dancing or something?
They probably did.
You said they loved to dance, right? They'd get a babysitter, and you and Grandpa and Grandma would go dancing. Wow, how fun! How fun is that? And what year did they get married? Was it 1919?
But did they get married or meet?
Get married.
Get married. Well, Mary was born in 1920. So do you think they got married in 1919?
I think probably 1918.
1918. Okay. So yeah, Grandma was only about 18 then.
Almost 100 years ago.
What's that?
She was 19. I think she was 19 when they got
When they got married. Okay. If I can get this to go any closer. No, I can't. Oh, I did a little bit.
She was a tiny person. She only wore a size 4 shoe.
Oh, is that right? Oh my gosh.
I don't think
She
any
was
of us
tiny.
took after her.
What's that, Mom?
I don't think any of us took after my mother with them.
She was tiny though.
Yeah.
She was never more than 5 feet tall at her tallest.
I don't know if she was even quite 5 feet.
Right.
Oh my God.
Okay. Now, which one do you want to ask? But don't say Mom, say Grandma.
Could you describe the small school you went to in Clear Lake, like the size, the number of students, the electricity? Did it have blackboards or anything?
I didn't hear you, honey.
Okay. Could you describe the small school you went to in Clear Lake?
The school?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 12 grades were in one school. They had first and second in one room, third, fourth, and fifth in another, and sixth, seventh, and eighth. And there was one teacher for each one of those. And then we got into high school, and that was 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And we had 3 teachers. One was the superintendent of the school, one was the principal, and one was an English teacher.
Oh my gosh.
And we, I can't remember what I was going to say.
That's fine. It happens to me a lot.
So you had all of the normal things, electricity, running water.
Well, we had to take the classes that would get you into college.
Okay.
So we had a math every year, we had a science every year, and we had an English every year.
Okay.
So we had no problem, and then we had to take a science. I took chemistry and physics, general science,
Biology, probably.
biology.
So you were actually better trained than a lot of the kids nowadays because they only have to take one math or
Yeah.
one science to graduate. And
see, we needed all that to get into nursing.
well, and the nice thing, yeah, so you were ready to roll.
Yeah.
You didn't have to take any extra.
Yeah, no, Polly, my first roommate in nursing, had to stay out 1 year and take chemistry.
Oh, 'cause
And I really don't know why, because we never used it.
every now and then I remember using chemistry, with a few things,
Yeah,
but not much. I mean, I think what it is, it's more of like a weeding you out type thing. Mm-hmm. The ones that can pass it can move on because they mastered that thing. But okay, you can ask that one.
When did the family first get a telephone and electricity? Like electrical lighting and a refrigerator?
I think I'm getting hard of hearing.
When did your family get
Get electricity or like a telephone?
When did you get your first telephone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you always have a phone as far as you can remember?
as far as I can remember, except my dad took it out for a while because he dealt with the farmers. And the farmers had their own line, and they were hooked into what we called Central. And they got upset with something, and they all disconnected from Central. They could talk to each other.
Oh.
But
So how did Grandpa get in contact with them then? Was he hooked up to their lines then?
I don't know, but he could pretty much, well, that's why he took the phone out.
Because the farmers had no way of calling him.
No,
Oh, that's interesting. How about electricity? Did you always have electricity? As far as you could remember.
as far as I can remember. And I'm sure we did. My grandparents didn't.
Didn't they?
Oh, no.
When did they get it?
Well, I think my grandma had already died.
Really? So they used kerosene lamps and wood stoves and everything up until the 30s? Wow, that's amazing. Now, how about your refrigerator? You had ice boxes, right, when you were younger?
Yes. And they were a mess. Because it was them from the butcher shop in town where we got the ice. And they bring 25 pounds at a time. But you had this tray on the bottom to catch the water as it melted. And that would run over sometime. And then we had a mess on the floor.
Wow. Do you remember when you got your first refrigerator?
I think I was about 13.
Wow, isn't that something? But you always had a gas stove, a regular stove, or did you have a wood stove for a while?
We had a wood stove too.
Before, with Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, I have an extra question. Do you know when your grandparents were born?
Norway.
Do you know, you mean what year?
No, I mean, where were they
Oh,
born?
where were they born?
Yeah, that's cool. Norway?
Do you know?
I was born somewhere fun.
Yeah. Do you know how old they were when they came over? Grandma and Grandpa?
My dad was 19.
No, but how about your
Oh.
grandparents? They were both born in
My
Norway.
grandmother was a baby.
A baby, that's what I thought. Came over by ship,
Aw,
obviously.
That's so cute.
And my grandfather was 17 or 19. But they came different years, you know.
Right.
So,
And your grandma was Mary,
yes.
and your grandpa was Christ?
Christ.
Just Christ, not Christopher, but Christ.
Christ.
And
It spelled just like Christ.
yeah, but it was Christ. Let's see, what other questions do we have for Grandma? I've got to go look at our tapes because we've taped a lot of your stuff, I think,
Oh, what's your favorite color?
Kettles?
What's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color, blue.
Yes!
Is that yours too?
Yeah, high five. I don't want to get in the video.
Oh, I'm trying to think of some. Oh, I don't know. I think we've recorded this. I think we recorded the bathroom stuff. With
Oh, maybe.
I think so.
When my dad was showing off his bathroom.
Yes.
So,
Do you hear? Why don't you tell it for us again?
well, see, a lot of the people had outhouses. And so my dad put in an inside bathroom. And that was quite a big deal because they had to have a septic tank too. And he was so proud of that bathroom that he put in. Put in a crazy place. It was off the dining room.
Oh.
And that was where the stairway went to get down to the cellar. See, we didn't have a basement.
Oh, that's right.
Then Dad had a guy come over with a team of horses, and they dug out the basement.
Okay.
And then they put in laundry tubs.
Oh.
And then Grandma could have a washing machine down there.
So she didn't have a washing machine before that?
Yeah, she had one, but she must have had it in the kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it was primitive.
But you grew up, right?
I grew up.
And you probably learned a whole lot more than with what we have today.
Yeah.
Now, Mom, did you learn to play the piano?
Well, I never did learn very good.
You had one song that you really liked to play, right? What was it?
Oh, my faith looks up to thee.
But Grandma liked to play the piano, right?
Yeah.
Would she play in church?
I don't know if she did or not. Betty Ann did.
Yep, Betty Ann played the piano.
Well, we were in church in Marshall, and the gal who was the pianist wasn't there. So the gal leading the Sunday school service said, "Does anybody know how to play the piano?" And Russie stood up and said, "Yeah, my Aunt Betty did, and she's here."
So did she play? Oh, that's great, Mom. Wow. Well, I think we're just about done with this 20 minutes, so we'll do another one later this week.